Hello students, today we are going to study about the topic is matter pure. Yes, right children, in our previous class we have studied what is matter. See children, matter is made up of small particles. They are very tiny particles and matter exists in three different states, that is solids, liquids and gases. In the earlier lesson we have studied about it. See, solids, the tiny particles are very closely packed up. There are no spaces between the particles, and in liquids there are little spaces between the particles, and in case of gases there are more spaces between the tiny particles. So, liquids and gases, they can move from one place to another place. We have seen in our earlier lesson. Yes, now we will see matter. It is in the pure substances, in the form of pure substances, and also as mixtures. So, what are these pure substances? Pure substances are entirely, it is completely pure form, only a single substance, then it is called as a pure substance. Next, mixture. Mixture means two or more substances when they are combined together, then it is called as a mixture. Mixtures are of two types, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. What is homogeneous mixture? Here in this homogeneous mixture there are different components, different substances are also present. For example, we will see when you are preparing the lemon juice, you are going to add different substances in the lemon juice. Those are salt, sugar, lemon and water. Yes. When we have taken all these substances and mixed together, they will be evenly distributed. All these substances will be distributed very evenly, so that each one of them we cannot separate. They are so distributed evenly that we cannot separate them. So, that type of mixture is called as homogeneous mixture. Next, heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture are, we can see substances, when we are mixing different substances, we can distinguish that some other different substance is present in that mixture. See, for example, I will take in a beaker a small amount of, in a beaker water is taken, into it now I am adding a pinch of salt and a pinch of sugar also. Now we will mix it. We will mix it for some time. After some time, when you observe this solution, when you observe this one, the mixture, that we cannot see the salt and sugar. It has completely dissolved in the water. Then to this, when we are adding, this is called as a homogeneous mixture, because all the particles, they have been uniformly distributed in the water. So, this type of mixture is called as uniform mixture or homogeneous mixture. To this, when we are adding a drop of oil, when we are adding into this lemon juice, what we are happening into the mixture, homogeneous mixture, we are adding a few drops of oil like this. You can see, observe that a layer has been formed like this. You can see two different layers. Visually we can observe that two different layers have been formed. So, this type of mixture is a heterogeneous mixture. So, now we will see what is a solution. See children, we are going to prepare the solution. So, how we are going to prepare the solution? So, what are the different components present in the solution? Now, we will discuss. See, solute plus solvent gives rise to solution. So, here for the preparation of the solution, we need solute and solvent. So, here solute is the substance which is present in a less quantity or small amount, and it dissolves in the solvent. So, solute is a small amount of substance or the substance which is present in less quantity, then it is called as the solute, and solvent is present in large quantity. It is present in large quantity. So, this solvent which makes the solute to dissolve in itself. So, the solute is getting dissolved in the solvent to prepare the solution. So, solution is a mixture of solute plus solvent gives rise to a solution. See, solutions are three different types. Solutions are three different types. We will see what are they. See, the first one is unsaturated solution. Unsaturated solution. Second one is saturated solution and supersaturated solution. Third one is supersaturated solution. So, here as we have discussed just now, when we are dissolving the solute in the solvent, we will get a solution. So, again this solution is of three different types, unsaturated solution. See, we will see the example and you will understand how it is happening. So, take a test tube, into it a small pinch of salt we are adding into the test tube. Yes, we have taken a small amount of salt in the test tube and to it we are going to add, see, we are going to add water, that is the solvent. So, here the solute is salt and the solvent is water. So, it becomes the salt solution. So, in this solution we have taken small amount of salt and to this we have added water. So, a small amount of salt we are taking in it. So, this becomes the amount of the solvent is more compared to the solute which we are adding into it. So, this is called as unsaturated solution, where the amount of solvent is more comparative to the solute. And next one is supersaturated. See, in a test tube we are taking water, the same quantity of water which we have taken in the earlier test tube, same amount of water we are taking, into it we are adding the solute. We are adding the solute, that is the salt, and mixing. It got mixed up in the solution and some more amount of salt we are adding. See, here this is also, it has been dissolved in the water. This has also been dissolved in the water. We cannot see the solute particles. Then it becomes a saturated solution. In the third one, in the third test tube, we have taken the same amount of water. To this, we are adding the salt, that is a solute. Here we are taking more amount of the solute we are adding into it. More amount of the solute we are adding. See, if we want to dissolve it like this, when we are dissolving this solute in the water, what is happening? When we want to dissolve more amount of the salt, the amount of the salt, some of the salt, it has been dissolved in the water, but some amount of the solute, that is the salt, it is settling at the bottom of the test tube like this, because the solution, for preparation of this solution, the solvent is able to dissolve only some part of the solute, but the other part which has been settling at the bottom, that means it is excess of solute is present in this solvent, hence it is getting settled at the bottom, that means excess of solute is present. Here supersaturated means excess, that is more amount of salt which is not making it to dissolve in the solvent. It is called as supersaturated. See, in the first one, the solute which we are adding, it is very less, hence it is unsaturated solution. And in the second one, uniformly distributed, the solute which has been added in the solvent, it is uniformly distributed, so it is becoming a saturated solution. the solute and solvent are evenly distributed. And in the third one, excess of solute is settling at the bottom, then it becomes the supersaturated solution. Yes children, these are the different types of solutions. See, now we are going to see the lab activity, that is paper chromatography. See, first we have to write the aim, separating the components of ink using paper chromatography. See children, what is chromatography? Chromatography is one of the separation technique used in the lab for separating the components from a mixture. This technique is also used for separating the pigments from the leaves and flowers in the plants. Yes, so this one already we have studied in our class 6 in the separation techniques methods. Yes, now for doing this activity we also require materials like beaker, filter paper, marker, non-permanent marker, and water, pencil and sellotape. So these are the different materials required. Now we will do this activity and write the procedure. Yes children? See children, now we are going to perform the paper chromatography activity. So for this we have to take the paper strip, the filter paper, cut it into the rectangular shape like this, and now draw a thick line using the black non-permanent marker like this. A thick black line should be drawn and fix it onto the pencil with the cellophane tape. And now this paper strip, filter paper, that is, it has to be placed in the beaker. Take a beaker with a water, little quantity of water, where the paper should not touch, the line should not touch the water. Just allow the paper strip to touch the water, little bit of water. Now put it in the beaker of water. Let the water move with the capillary action. The water is moving slowly. Wait for 5 minutes till the black line moves to separate into individual components. We'll see this after 5 minutes. See, slowly the black line, the marker, it is moving along with the water. See, separate colors, they have been separated. We will see after 5 minutes. See children, now you can observe slowly the colors, different component of colors, they are getting separated slowly. See how they are getting separated slowly. You can observe light reddish pink color and yellow, blue, you can see. Yes?
Yes, teacher.